We have a massive Giants update that has serious implications on the 2026 roster, and we'll be discussing if the to-be 43-year-old Justin Verlander could be on next year's Giants team. But before we get into that, make sure you go down below and subscribe to the channel as we get started. Stay notified of future uploads. But yeah, let's get right into the topic, which is Justin Verlander and the possibility of him being back in a Giants uniform in 2026. Now, one of the biggest headlines across Major League Baseball recently has been Clayton Kershaw, the future Hall of Famer, one of the best regular season pitchers of all time. He announced his retirement, or he will be retiring, after the conclusion of the 2025 season. There's been a lot of graphics from Giants fans of Madison Bumgarner hitting home runs off of him and some of his lowlights against the Giants, but his overall tenure against the Giants was very good, as it was against the majority of Major League Baseball teams. But at age 37, he will be retiring, and this raised a lot of questions about Justin Verlander, who is an opponent of Clayton Kershaw now in the NL West, but he is only on a one-year deal with the Giants, and this raised questions on if he planned to continue to play after this season. This is an article from NBC Sports Bay Area. It reads, after another dominant outing Wednesday in which he spun 7 scoreless innings in the Giants' 5-1 extra innings win over the Arizona Diamondbacks, Verlander was asked if he plans to keep going in 2026. Next year, I'd like to, yeah, he told reporters at Chase Field. I would hope that somebody would offer me a contract now showing that I can turn it around and still pitch at a high level. After a rough start to his first season with the Giants, Verlander now has a 2.17 ERA in his last 11 starts. Verlander turns 43 in February, will be an unrestricted free agent entering the 2026 campaign after signing a one-year deal with the Giants. Now, This proves that he's been getting asked a lot of questions about what the future of his career may look like. At 42 years old, could he be looking to retire? He did just have a kid. Maybe he wants to be home more. A lot of people were looking around and seeing, will Justin Verlander finally retire after 20 seasons in Major League Baseball? There's no questions about the career he's had. He's a future Hall of Famer, no doubt. But it has been a very interesting 2025 for Justin Verlander. Here are his stats for the entire season. As you see, he's accumulated 1.6 B-WAR, which is Baseball Reference's wins above replacement, in 27 games started, 141 innings, a 3.75 ERA, which at 42 years old is very impressive, especially with how his year started. He had an ERA over 5 for the first couple of starts. He's been in the 4s, the high 4s for a while. But after a really, really good run, which we'll get into, he is down to a 3.75 ERA. 127 strikeouts on the year. Obviously, he's not striking out as many guys as he was earlier in his career, but only 49 walks, not a ton of free passes, an 8% walk rate. So it's been an all right year for Justin Verlander. But this season has been really interesting for him because it's really been a tale of two halves. Or right after the All-Star break, he had a rough start, but after that, he's really kicked it into gear. Now, this is Justin Verlander from opening day up until July 18th of this year. So like I said, his first start after the All-Star game. It wasn't looking good, if we're being honest. A 4.99 ERA over just under 80 innings, 67 strikeouts, only striking out 7.5 guys per 9, which isn't too bad, but with Justin Verlander, you'd expect a little bit more. Walking 3.18 guys per 9, 1.13 home runs per 9, which you'd like to see a little bit lower, especially that he pitches in Oracle Park for half of his games. The ground ball rate under 40%, which you don't love to see, but just not the year you'd expect from Justin Verlander, especially when you consider the fact that Buster Posey handed out $15 million to this guy. It wasn't just a 1 year, $4 million deal. He committed a serious chunk of change to this guy in order to help the Giants win. And unfortunately, the Giants have not been able to get him a lot of wins, but he has really turned it around in this second half. Here you see from July 19th, so right after that start, up until where he is at now, sitting on September 20th of 2025. He has thrown 62 innings, so about 15-ish less than the first run we talked about. But he has a 2.17 ERA in those innings. That is 11 games started. He's striking out one more hitter per 9, so 8.6, which looks a lot better. Walking around the same amount of guys, but that home run per 9 looks a lot better at a .43. So he's been a lot better at keeping the ball in the yard, which is something we saw him struggle with early in the year. And that ground ball percentage still looks rough. It's even lower at 28.5%. But as long as he's not giving up as many runs as he was, you're okay with that, obviously. And just he's looked a lot better overall. The pitches they're more sharp. The fastball is playing up at a better rate. He's able to get that swing and miss just more consistently than he was in the first half of the season. I'm not sure if it was a health thing, a mentality thing, but he has really been able to turn things around in this season. Now, the second half was highlighted just last weekend against the Dodgers, where he went 7 innings, 4 hits, only 1 run, which was a home run by Michael Conforto, of all people, with 4 walks and only 4 strikeouts. So he wasn't striking out a ton of guys, but in a big-time game against the Dodgers, where at the time had huge playoff implications for the Giants, it really felt like a playoff game at the time. He stepped up to the plate in a huge way and kind of capped off what was a serious run. Now, just his next start, he went 7 innings of no-run ball against the Diamondbacks, so it's not like it ended after this outing, but this one seemed like kind of the cherry on top of what was a pretty good season at age 42 years old for the future Hall of Famer, Justin Verlander. Now, with this performance he's shown in the last half of the season, Buster Posey was asked just recently after Justin Verlander announced he wants to play next year. Buster Posey was asked if he thinks they'll bring him back. This is on the same article from NBC Sports Bay Area. It says, Giants president of baseball operations Buster Posey even admitted Verlander exceeded his expectations when he brought the veteran pitcher to San Francisco this past offseason, and Posey's open to the idea of keeping him around. Yeah, definitely, Posey said Thursday morning on KMBR. It's something we'll have to discuss, but for a multitude of reasons, he's been a great teammate. He's helped some of the younger guys learn how to prepare, and then he just sets an example by going out and performing and continuing to show up. And this hits it right on the nose. Verlander's been a surprise for the majority of Giants fans. I know before the season, Alex Pavlovich, one of the beat writers for the Giants, said he expected Verlander to make, maybe 22, 24-ish starts, probably have a couple injuries. But besides the one IL stint, Verlander has been available all season. He missed a couple of starts earlier in the year, but he started 27 games at this point, so he's missed around 4 starts as of now, and he'll get 1 or 2 more before the end of the season. So he'll finish with 28 or 29 starts, which is absolutely insane when you consider that he is a 42-year-old man. At this stage of his career, you wouldn't expect him to make that many starts, but he's been everything for this Giants rotation, really in the second half. Webb had an absolutely awful July, and Verlander picked him up. Now Ray has had an abysmal September, and Verlander has picked him up. Webb's been better, but he's really been a rock in this rotation since the second half started, if we're being honest. And in terms of the younger guys and preparation and stuff like that, he's obviously done this for so long. He can help in so many ways. While the Giants' young rotation options aren't as many as there was earlier in the season after trading Kyle Harrison. Jordan Hicks is gone, obviously. A couple of rotation pieces are gone. He's still able to help, the Hayden Birdsongs, the Carson Whisenhunt, the guys who are just beginning their major league career and are higher ranked prospects. Now, I've been against the idea of bringing back Justin Verlander for the majority of this year, but after the last 2 starts, the big outing against the Dodgers, the shutout against the Diamondbacks, I put this tweet out. I've been against it all year, but I'm beginning to budge on the possibility of bringing back Verlander. However, after his second half, I think there's several teams who will be interested in signing him. Now, that's another thing we do have to talk about. With this run he's been on to close the year, I do think there will be several teams interested in bringing in Justin Verlander. It just depends what his market looks like when we come to free agency. Will he get another 1-year deal? Could he get multiple years at 43 years old? Could he get 2 years? I know he wants to get 300 wins, and the Giants have not helped that case this year. But, who knows? Maybe he's going to keep throwing until he gets to 300 wins. But I think the Giants will have some competition when it comes to bringing back Justin Verlander. I don't know if he'll get $15 million again, but as of now, that contract almost looks like it's worth it with how well he has pitched since, July 19th. Let me know down in the comments what you think about the possibility of the San Francisco Giants bringing back Justin Verlander for his age 43 season. Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad one? Should Buster Posey pick up the phone and re-sign Justin Verlander? Let me know down in the comments, and make sure to subscribe to SF Giants Digest. Thanks for watching.